Okay, you can almost feel the vibe here, can't you? That smell of roasting coffee, the sort of background chatter. We're back at the Santa Cruz spot,
Right.
ready for one of those conversations, the kind that stick with you.
Absolutely. And today we're digging into some pretty deep spiritual concepts, but the real focus is how they actually play out in, well, just everyday life.
Right, not just theory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're drawing from these ongoing chats between Eclectic Scout and Tahara Singh. Luna's often there too, adding her thoughts.
Yeah, our source is the Eclectic Scout podcast on YouTube, those coffee house chat videos. And what gets me is how casual it feels, just friends talking,
Over coffee.
but they touch on some massive ideas.
Totally. And for you listening, our mission really is to pull out the key insights. We're going to explore things like interconnectedness, this idea of Ik Onkar, one source,
Okay.
and Waheguru, the divine within. Also, the ego as maybe an illusion, the huge power of gratitude, and crucially recognizing how much others support us.
These aren't just like abstract thoughts then.
Not at all. They're practical tools, really, for navigating life.
All right, so let's dive in. Part one, it seems, starts with Scout coming back to Santa Cruz.
Yeah, he reunites with Tahara, and you feel this connection they have, this history.
And Tahara observes something.
Right. He suggests it's like Scout's been out collecting secrets from the world. Like he's learned something fundamental.
Interesting.
And Tahara immediately links this to a core Sikh idea, Ikankar.
Ikongar.
Yeah. He says basically, no matter where we wander, we sort of circle back to these fundamental truths. And for him, Ikankar, this belief in one supreme, formless, eternal creator and sustainer is central.
So it's like a foundational belief, but what does believing in Ikongar, do for someone day to day? How does it change things?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? And
Well-
Scout jumps on this, connecting this ancient concept to, interestingly, modern science.
Oh, how so?
He talks about how science is increasingly seeing this deep interconnectedness, this unified energy field. He even hints at maybe a kind of divine consciousness underlying it all.
So like different paths pointing to the same thing, ancient wisdom and modern physics.
Kind of feels that way, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And building right on that unity idea, Tahara introduces Waheguru.
Waheguru.
The teaching that we actually exist within God's being, it's not distant,
So not separate.
not separate at all. It's a
Mhm.
presence right inside us, in every heart, a potential for goodness. And believing this, Tahara suggests, helps us tune into our own inner guidance.
But I mean, if it's right there within us, why don't we always feel it? Why is it sometimes so hard to connect with that?
That's the core struggle, perhaps. And the name itself, Waheguru, Tahara explains it means wondrous guru or wondrous teacher.
Wondrous teacher.
Okay, for him it signifies a whole way of life,
Yeah.
selfless service, seeking truth and justice.
Yeah.
Your spiritual practice isn't just Sunday morning, it's everything you do.
Integrated.
Fully integrated, yeah. Which naturally brings up the question, what stops us from feeling that connection? What gets in the way?
The ego.
Exactly. That's how Tahara frames it. He calls the ego an illusion, like a fog that hides our inherent oneness.
An illusion.
And the way through it, he suggests, is through humility, compassion, and just constant remembrance, staying aware.
So how do you, practically spot when it's your ego running the show versus that deeper connection? Is there a way to tell?
That's a tough one. Probably takes practice. But you see the impact of these ideas in small ways between them. Like Scout mentions, he started saying blessings when saying goodbye.
Oh, yeah, he picked that up from Tahara.
Right. It's a tiny thing, but it shows how their connection, these ideas, actually change behavior. It makes it real.
It does. It moves beyond just talk.
Mm-hmm. And that leads us perfectly into the next part where the application becomes even clearer. There's another meeting at the coffee shop.
Okay, who's there this time?
Scout, Tahara, Luna's there again, and someone new, Sid.
Sid. Okay.
And Scout has this moment of real honesty. He kind of admits something to himself and to them.
What's that?
He says, he understood all these spiritual concepts intellectually. He got them in his head.
Right, knew the theory.
But he hadn't really been applying them to his own life, to the actual, struggles and pains he was going through.
That's a vulnerable thing to admit, the gap between knowing and doing.
It really is. And his big insight, his takeaway, is about accepting duality.
Duality. Like good and bad.
Yeah, exactly. Joy and sorrow, ease and difficulty, they coexist. And he talks about meeting the inevitable tough stuff, the pain, with genuine gratitude.
Gratitude. For pain, that sounds counterintuitive.
It does, doesn't it? But he describes this shift as incredibly powerful, transformative even, like receiving a full blessing even in hardship.
Wow. How does that actually work, though? How does being grateful for pain change the experience of the pain? Does it lessen it or?
That's the interesting part. And you see it land with Luna immediately.
Yeah.
She opens up about her own experiences with pain
So it resonates with her.
deeply. You can tell Scout's words hit home. And Scout doubles down, really emphasizing how gratitude can fundamentally shift your perspective, your experience.
He sounds quite convinced.
Very. And what's telling is the agreement in the group. Tahara affirms Scout's point.
Okay, so Tahara agrees.
And Sid, the new person who we learn practices Buddhism, he just gives this silent nod. Like, yes, this truth is familiar.
So it's crossing traditions, Buddhism, Sikhism, seeing a common thread.
It really highlights that universality, doesn't it? And then there's this nice moment where Scout thanks Tahara
For what specifically?
for planting these seeds, these ideas. And he thanks Luna and Sid, too, just for listening with open hearts.
That acknowledgement feels important, creating that space.
It really does. Connection. Which leads to the next layer Scout wants to explore, specifically about gratitude. He brings it up again with Luna later.
Okay, going deeper on gratitude now.
Yeah, moving beyond just being grateful for, existence itself, of the big things.
Right. What else is there?
He talks about the crucial practice of consciously acknowledging the people who help us every day. The big ways, sure, but also the small, easily overlooked ways.
Ah, the daily support system, the
Yeah.
stuff we take for granted.
Exactly. He points out how easy it is to focus on problems, challenges, what's wrong.
Yeah, our brains kind of do that, don't they? The negativity bias.
They really do. But Scout challenges that. He says, look, none of us are doing this alone. We're not islands.
That's true.
He uses this beautiful metaphor. Our lives are like tapestries.
Tapestries.
Yeah, woven together with the threads of effort from countless other people, family, friends, colleagues, strangers even.
That's a powerful image. Makes you think about the barista, the person who stocked the shelves, the driver, all those unseen contributions.
Precisely. All the threads that make up the fabric of our day.
So pulling this all together then, we've touched on quite a few interconnected things here.
We have this fundamental oneness Ankar. Then Waheguru, that divine spark within.
Right, the wondrous teacher inside.
Then the role of ego as obscuring that, and the immense power of gratitude, especially when facing life's difficulties, that duality.
And finally, this really important piece about actively recognizing and thanking those who support us, seeing the tapestry.
Exactly. And what's striking, I think, is that these are profound, ancient-feeling ideas.
Yeah, big philosophical stuff.
But they're being discussed so naturally, so accessibly, just in a coffee shop setting.
It makes them feel less intimidating, more practical.
It really does. It shows how this wisdom isn't just for monasteries or textbooks. It's relevant right here, right now, in our ordinary lives. It offers real guidance.
For living a bit more meaningfully, maybe?
I think so.
Yeah.
Which leads us to a final thought, something for you, the listener, to maybe chew on.
Okay, what's that?
Just take a moment today, or maybe later tonight. Reflect on your day. Think about all the unseen hands, the small efforts, the moments of support or kindness that maybe just flew under the radar.
The threads in the tapestry.
Exactly. What might you have overlooked? And just consider what happens, what shifts inside, if you consciously acknowledge those moments, those people, with a little bit of gratitude. Just notice.
Please click like and then subscribe. Also share this video with your friends. Thank you.